Victory Investments.
All right, card community. Well, we are going to do something I don't do a lot of, and that is I got a mail day today. I got 2 packages that came in. I'm super excited about both of them, and we're going to open them up and just enjoy this experience here with the rest of the card community. I just had to sit this card right here. Such a gorgeous 52 Mantle. See if you can see it a little bit better. Obviously, this is a GRAIL card for any vintage collector, but one of the toughest cards to obtain because it's just there are more people that want it than this card is available, especially like this. This is a 3.5, and the reason it's a 3.5 is mainly centering related. It's more of a, I mean, it's probably a 60-40, maybe a 65-35, weighted from left to right. But, I mean, the color on this card is amazing. It has no creases in it. A lot of these look like they've been run over by a truck multiple times, then stampeded by cattle, spit on, thrown up on. But yeah, this card, the back, I mean, is absolutely just as clean as can be. Such a gorgeous back. I know we're going to get into the mail day, but to talk a little bit about this 52 Mantle, there are 2 different types that they released in 1952. And a little bit of the history of this card. It was not a super popular card when it first came out. In fact, in 52, football was starting to become really popular in the United States, and people weren't as excited about baseball. And so when 52 Topps came out, they actually couldn't give these cards away initially. It wasn't until years later that people saw what an iconic first Topps set this was. But they produced so many of these that they tried to give them away at carnivals. You name it, they tried to hand them out at Little League games, things like that, and they weren't able to. People just didn't want them. So what they ended up doing was they took them to the Hudson River there in New York, and they dumped them off of a garbage barge, and that is what created the. We live out in the country. We got a train going by. That's what created the scarcity of this card, and then through the years, it just exploded. People really love this card, and so I've owned a few of these. This is the nicest copy I've ever owned, and this is one that you won't see for sale anytime soon. Just love the card. But let's go on to the mail day. We'll sit Mickey right there. Just such gorgeous colors on that card, and yeah, the prices just they continue to go up. But let's see, what do we have here? This I don't believe is going to be the same sport as old Mickey here. Let's see. So we've got the first package, a second package, a box. This guy was serious. What do you know? Another package. Feels like Christmas here. Let's see. I always smell this stuff to smell if it came from a smoke-free environment, or one where the guy is ashing on your cards as he's packing them up. You can always tell stuff that comes from a smoking environment, and it's terrible when it actually your card smells like smoke. Look at that. I mean, he's got this thing just all packaged up. Let's see what it is, and here we go. At MJ rookie 86 Fleer Michael Jordan. Oh, sorry, a little bit of a glare there, but gorgeous card. I saw this, I had to pick it up. Man, I this is the first time in many kind of years and months that I haven't had one of these in my possession and in my PC. This one was just a super strong all around card, and the price was right. Looks like he put, actually that's not the price I paid for it. Huh. Interesting. He had a little weird number on the back, but yeah, just a gorgeous MJ card. And let's take it out. One thing I always do when I get higher end cards is I run my hands and kind of eyes over the outside of the case to make sure there's no cracking, no areas where someone may have tampered with the card. If someone has tried to glue these back together, at times they'll be frosting along the edges or frosting in here where they've opened it and put it back in together. This one doesn't appear. This one appears to be great. In fact, it looks like the case is just nice and clean. I ordered years ago, it's probably 3 years ago, I ordered a 51 Bowman Mickey Mantle. It was a PSA 3, and I was super excited to get it. I got it, and I took it out of the case, and I was looking at it, and all of a sudden I kind of went like this, and the case just popped open. And so it's like the guy had taken a good one, put a reprint in there, and tried to pull a scam. And it took a while to get the money back. Eventually, eBay actually didn't even honor it. For some reason, eBay sided with him. It was the weirdest deal because they normally always side with the buyer. But I was able to get the money back through PayPal after submitting a bunch of paperwork and proof and everything. But that being said, I just always like to make sure when I first get something that the edges, everything looks clean on it, to make sure nobody has tried to swap it out. But there you go. It's a gorgeous card. I mean, this card, as you guys know, is probably the most iconic basketball. I mean, hands down, it is the most iconic basketball card of all time. There are others that are more expensive. There are others that are more rare. But there's only one MJ rookie that's his main release rookie, and here it is. So gorgeous card. When you talk about rarity versus an iconic card, there's kind of that. There's different ways you can go. I prefer, in certain instances, I would rather have an iconic card that has a lot of people that want it, way more that want it than are available, even though there may be a good amount of them out there, than some super, super obscure rare card that no one knows about and no one wants. So now if it's a rare card that everyone wants, that's a completely different ballgame. But if you're just in the hobby for rare cards, I could find a ton of rare cards that are just, I mean, you could find $5 cards that there may be 5 of them in existence, but that doesn't mean anybody wants it or that they're going to continue to go up in value. So for cards like this, these two cards here, you're not going to get more iconic cards than these two. Now, my question is, for basketball, it's the MJ. I mean, there are some LeBrons, there are some Kobes that are really nice that, are up there. But for basketball, it's the MJ. For baseball, it's by far the 52 Mantle. What is it for football? That's a question. There's never really been a standalone card for football until you think about maybe a Joe Montana rookie. If you think a little bit more modern, you've got the Tom Brady rookies, the contenders. Anything Tom Brady is going to be up there. But if you think the one card for these two, it's very easy. You just point to these two. These are going to be the iconic cards. But for football, it's a little tougher. So I'm always thinking, is that iconic card yet to come out? Is there going to be one in the future? Maybe we haven't had the star power. Now, Tom Brady, obviously a huge star. But what is that card? Maybe you guys, maybe is it the Walter Payton rookie? Is it Joe Montana? I love the 89 score, Barry Sanders. Maybe it's some of these higher end. I know there's these contenders autos with for Tom Brady. But what if it's the card that I'm opening up right now? To me it is, but I'm also very partial. Let's see, what do we have here? I know exactly what card this is. Let's see. What do we have here? And I will say, I had this card in a different grade from a different company, and I sold it. Made profit on it, but when I sold it, I immediately thought, for a PC card, man, I wish I had this thing back. He's my favorite player on my favorite team, and so we're about, what are we, four packages deep here on this thing. But here we go. Let's see. What do we have? Look at that. 2017 Contenders, Patrick Mahomes, autographed rookie card. And this one here is a BGS 9 with the 10 autograph. I never understood why they started grading autographs. I mean, if the guy signed it, to me, that's how are you going to grade something that the guy did? I mean, our signatures are different all the time. So you're basically saying, Patrick, you didn't do your autograph as good as you could this time when you give him an autograph 8 or an autograph 9. Pat, you should have done better. But Pat did good on this one. He got a 10. This one, man, it looks just as sharp as can be. Love the autograph. It says we've got 9 centering, 9 edges, 8.5 corners, and 9.5 surface. I do not see the 8.5 on the corners on the front, so it's got to be on the back. But look at that. Look how clean that card is. See if we can go a little bit closer and not get any glare. Such a clean card. And for somebody who was born and raised in Kansas City as a Chiefs fan, this is one of those cards where I used to have it in a PSA 10, got rid of it, no regrets. But then for the same price that I sold that thing for, or fairly close, it put me back in the BGS 9 range, which you live and learn, but this card will be worth a ton more here soon. And I did get this from PWCC Vault, which I actually prefer PWCC Vault over PWCC Auction sometimes, because there's no way for you to shill bid those. Now you have to come to a number that you agree on, but when you're doing a buy it now or a best offer, you're not going to be able to shill bid that. So I think this top right corner has a little white touch on it. But other than that, man, it's just a gorgeous looking card. It looks like the plastic, I can't tell. It looks like the plastic above the card has a little bit of a smudging. I can't tell if that's on the card or not, or if it's on the inside of the plastic. But yeah, it's hard to tell. But this card, man, such a cool card. And this is one that I hope to be able to say that I've still got this years down the road after he's won a couple more championships. And but as a Chiefs fan, this is not a easy card to let go of, and it won't be for sale anywhere anytime soon. So, but there you have it. That's mail day today. Hope you enjoyed it. Again, we'll go Go back over, we have the Mahomes auto, the 86 Fleer MJ, and then just for fun, the 52 Topps Mickey Mantle. Have a great day.
Victory Investments.